Wanted fugitive Michael Lomas has been extradited back into the country this morning by SAPS Interpol South Africa and will be handed over to the Hawks. Lomas was an Eskom employee and is wanted for fraud and corruption in excess of 1.5 billion rand that happened between 2008 and 2018 at the Kusile Power station. He allegedly manipulated numerous contracts. He was previously arrested and granted bail before fleeing the country to the United Kingdom. Lomas was subsequently arrested in London in 2021 and in August 2024 when his extradition was approved. Well, for more on this story, we cross to SABC news reporter Hasina Gori, who's been at OR Tambo for us and did witness him coming out of the passenger area. Very good afternoon, Hasina. Just tell us what you've observed so far.
Good afternoon, Nompu. We're currently outside the international airport, or the international area of the OR Tambo airport, where just almost a half an hour ago, Michael Lomas, which is a former contractor at the power utility Eskom, a 77-year-old, landed in South Africa. This is after he was arrested in 2021 in the United Kingdom. It's believed he fled after he was wanted for his connection for the 745 million rand Kusile fraud and corruption case. 4 others are also facing charges. He was arrested finally in 2021 by the United Kingdom. This after the NPA, along with the other entities, asked for assistance from Interpol and other law enforcement in the United Kingdom to have him arrested, saying that there was a case for him to stand and for him to answer to here in South Africa. There's almost 41 counts of fraud, money laundering, as well as corruption that it seems that he has a case to answer for at this stage. And the South African National Prosecuting Authority's investigative directive, with the help of the Department of Justice and UK-based lawyers, successfully argued for his extradition in 2022. But Lomas has been blocking this extradition, and the last attempt was in August 23rd, and this is when the court decided that he was fit to be extradited. He cited that he had mental illnesses, that he had mental issues, that he was suicidal and he was depressive, but the judge ruled that he was able to come and be brought back to South Africa. However, they recommended that a medical practitioner should accompany him to ensure his safety and ensure his health. But what we saw after this a little while ago was him being brought in a wheelchair, being pushed in with not as many police officers as normally for someone who is a fugitive. He was then brought through and handed over to the police station here, where we're standing outside of, and he's been handed to the Hawks at this stage. And what we understand is that the process now is for him to be processed here by the police, go through the formalities that they need to do, the paperwork, because Interpol is also on site. We know SAPS officials were also on that Qatar flight that he was on. He landed from Qatar this morning. That was en route from Heathrow. It was a flight that landed at about 10:20 here in South Africa, a little delayed from when we're told it was 9:50. But now what we know is that once all the processes have been completed, he will then be taken to the Magistrates Court, to what we believe and we're expecting to be the Kempton Park Magistrates Court, and then he will then face, or be charged for the first time, and then the legal processes will begin. As I mentioned, he is facing these charges alongside 4 of his co-accused. These include former Eskom managers Franz Shlakudi, Abraham Masongo, a businessman, Mapoko, and the Tubular Construction CEO. That is the company that had got the tender for the Kusile Power Station in Mpumalanga. Its allegations are that it's 745 million rand of money laundering, fraud, that there was bribes that were taken, and this affected Eskom, the power utility, to the tune of 1.4 billion rand in cost as per the escalation of the contract. And this has far more reaching impact, bringing to the erosion and the rot that we saw at the power utility, and leading to the collapse of its infrastructure in certain places, its inability to sustain itself and to supply power, and having far more reaching impacts. So this case is quite an important one, and today I think for the NPA, for the police this morning as well, quite a significant arrest that was taken based on a significant extradition, and this shows that while the wheels of justice may be turning extremely slowly at this stage, but that it is turning, and that today this is just one clog in it, and that this process then allows for all 5 co-accused to stand trial and to answer for their part in the corruption and the erosion that we saw within the SOE. But what we also can see here today is that this has been a process that's been done not just with the police, but with also Interpol. The border management authorities are here on board, but also the crime prevention wardens, all here to ensure the safety of the passengers, because normal day-to-day operations and flights are still continuing here at the airport as the processes were happening, so that you ensure that those that are coming into the airport are doing so safely, but also for the safety of Michael Lomas. As I mentioned, he is quite frail at this stage. He said he's got mental health issues. We're told by Brigadier Atlinda Matha when we spoke to her earlier in the morning that they were ensuring that they were doing this in a calm process, not to cause him any additional stress at this stage. But where we are standing outside and now waiting for him coming out from here, hoping to get a glimpse once more when he's then taken into the police vehicles that are waiting here, and then to the next stages that are expected to take place. Nompu, this has been a continuing story, and we'll continue to update as the day continues, and as he comes through. We're seeing now the police officers coming in and out, relining up the police lines, ensuring that they are all ready for him when he comes out. So we'll continue to take a look for you, and when he does come through, bring those visuals to you.
Okay, Hasina, thank you very much for that. My colleague there, Hasina Gori, reporting from OR Tambo, where Michael Lomas has arrived. And of course, she mentions that he is currently being processed at the OR Tambo airport. And of course, as soon as he reappears from that police station, she will give us more news on that.